What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp, managing editor, FightfulMMA.com. Of course, this news breaks after our Fightful MMA podcast, but go check it out anyway. James Lynch, Showdown Joe joined me. Talked the week's news in MMA, but it doesn't get much bigger than this. TJ Dillashaw's nightmare surrounding UFC Fight Night Brooklyn continues. The fighter has relinquished the UFC Bantamweight Championship after the USADA testing method has discovered adverse findings in a drug test in line with UFC Fight Night Brooklyn. So now, not only did TJ Dillashaw lose in his effort to become flyweight champion, because of that fight and a drug test surrounding it, he lost his own championship that wasn't even on the line. He posted a comment on Instagram saying, "To all my fans, I wanted to be the first one to let you know that USADA and the New York State Athletic Commission have informed me of an adverse finding in a test taken for my last fight. While words can't even begin to express how disappointed I am at this time, please know that I'm working with my team to understand what has occurred and how to resolve this situation as quickly as possible. Out of fairness and respect to the rest of my division, I've informed the UFC that I'll be voluntarily relinquishing the title while I deal with this matter. I want to thank you in advance for the support." A 1-year suspension has already been handed down by the New York State Athletic Commission, according to Ariel Helwani of ESPN. But USADA and the UFC changed their policy to where USADA could only make an announcement once due process was complete. So Dillashaw opted to release this news on his own. It was 2 months after the fight. People were going to start asking, why aren't you fighting Marlon Moraes? What's going on? How's this going? But TJ Dillashaw out of action. I should really specify, reserve judgment until this plays out. We cannot count the number of times that even suspicious people have been exonerated from their findings in the USADA process. Does that mean they were truly innocent? Not necessarily, but you probably should reserve judgment on this. Although Dillashaw did have some accusations hurled his way by Cody Garbrandt a couple of years ago. Don't know how legit or valid those would be, but now you have a UFC bantamweight division with no champion, Marlon Moraes, a clear-cut number one contender. And at flyweight, you've got Cejudo. He could fight maybe Benavidez again at flyweight. But other than that, I don't know why they wouldn't do a Cejudo versus Moraes fight. You could run Moraes and Sterling back. That was kind of short, but do you really want to run back a 1-minute knockout? Hard to say. There is Pedro Munoz that is available, but this bantamweight division went from its champion losing to losing his title. Pretty wild stuff. Leave a thumbs up on this video. We're going to talk more about this on next week's Fightful MMA podcast. May do another opinion video this week. Fightful, subscribe.